It is the last thing you'd expect to see in a Metro school. Filthy conditions that concerned a teacher so much, he secretly took photos and recorded it. So why won't the superintendent of schools talk to the I-Team about it? Good evening. Thanks for joining us. That teacher says he's been upset for a while with what he's seen in the vents above his students' heads.
And that's not all. A family whose children attend that school says what you're about to see is proof of a serious mold problem. The I-Team's Lindsey Bramson is here with her investigation.
Dimitri and Tom, the teacher who made the videos you're about to see has to remain anonymous because he's still employed at Bellevue Middle School. But he says he had to come forward with what he documented. And our investigation found his isn't the only school in the city where parents have complained that mold is affecting students' health.
I wanted to show you the black substance coming out of the vents.
He's asked us to conceal his voice.
You can see that all of the vents were heavily covered in black substance.
But this Metro teacher doesn't want concealed what he found inside his own school.
But as you can see, the vents are clearly black with soot and what appears to be mold.
He also took photos, including these from the cafeteria. Take a good look at the black substance just caking the vent.
I truly thought my child was going to die at school.
A vent in the cafeteria where Amaya Lewis ate lunch every day.
1746.
You send me at 47 over here to Bellevue Middle School, 655 College Jean. I've got a 12-year-old who's having trouble breathing.
Until her mother pulled her out of Bellevue Middle after ambulances were called 4 times to school for severe asthma attacks.
We've had allergy testing and blood testing done, and her allergist has made it very clear that there is no medical answer for what's happening to our child other than mold exposure. And it has to be the school because all the asthma attacks happen at school.
Take a look at Amaya's doctor's note. Severe asthma attacks when attending current school, likely mold triggers.
There's nobody making sure that the schools are safe.
We showed the photos to Dr. Benjamin Farrell, a pulmonary and critical care doctor at St. Thomas Midtown.
Oh gosh, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. That looks like mold to me. I think the concern here is that it's in the air duct system, it's near the vents.
So what is it? Here's an inspection report from the health department from last November. It says, in the library, the air vents may be mold, but without further testing, my visual review is not enough. And the I-Team has learned those vents, along with what you see here, were never actually tested. The health department just asked Metro schools to clean it up. The reason? A spokesperson for the health department says visual inspection just by looking at it was enough to indicate the possibility of mold.
What we saw is can be fixed with basic housekeeping cleaning. We didn't see any evidence of water leak or high moisture, excessive moisture content.
In an email, a spokesperson for Metro Schools says the district determined what you see here is dust, and they are not aware of any issues currently at the school. But after it was cleaned, the Metro teacher documented this.
They've cleaned this area all around it, but not treated the real problem, which is inside the returns.
Even though this black substance was never tested, back in March, the principal of Bellevue Middle sent out this letter to staff, reading the Department of Workplace Safety has yet to find mold in the building, but did conclude that our school needed a thorough cleaning, which is being done this week. And our investigation found in the last 3 years, Metro Schools has received nearly 300 mold complaints. According to documents, the district determined 8 of those were mold cases based on observation and cleaned those 8 schools. We wanted to ask Metro Schools about the dirty vents. Our requests for interviews were repeatedly denied.
Dr. Joseph, I'd like to ask you just a couple quick questions, if that's okay. I've been trying to get an interview with you.
So we went to the board meeting this week to ask Dr. Sean Joseph about it.
These are pictures from inside Bellevue Middle School. Would you let your child be inside this school? Dr. Joseph, could you just take a minute and look at these photos?
Now, the Metro teacher who made the video is paying himself for tests on samples he took. But the Lewis family isn't waiting for the results.
We're moving. We're getting her out of the situation. But there are hundreds of children that go to that school every day who, even if they're not allergic to mold, we don't know what the long-term effects of this exposure are going to be.
And this morning, I learned the teacher in this video has been placed on paid administrative leave for 3 days pending an investigation. A spokesperson for Metro School says after the complaints were initially made back in March, the vents were all cleaned. And just within the last 2 hours today, Metro School sent us these pictures showing vents that appear to be much cleaner. But I have several questions, like when were these pictures taken? And were they cleaned again after we started asking questions? I also asked if we could go inside the school and see them for ourselves. Now, I'm still waiting on answers back on all these questions, but in the meantime, you can see all of these pictures Metro School sent us on our website. You can also find the other schools mentioned in my story that have had mold complaints in the last 3 years. And if you have a complaint about possible mold in your child's school, the health department says they want to hear from you. We have all of this information for you right now on our website. Just go to WSMV.com.